Hey everybody, welcome back. Today on the Jeep, we're going to be tackling chromoly axle shafts, and the reason for that is I've got my driver's side is leaking. The axle seal is leaking, and just cost effectiveness. It's just way cheaper to buy chromolys and pre-assembled. So they've got new seals, new bearings, new bearing retainers, and new mounting plate. So perfect. The company I went with is Torque Masters. They had a pretty good deal on them. Shipping was super fast. I think I ordered them last week, and they said ordered and this, that, and the other, and then all of a sudden Monday it said shipped. Monday or Tuesday it said shipped, and then I got them today, Thursday. Yep. So I just got to remember, looking at a vehicle, when it says left hand or right hand side, I'm pretty confident is the driver's side. So on a TJ Rubicon 30 spline, the driver's side is the shorter axle shaft, and I'll show you guys. This shouldn't take long. This is about it's a beautiful day, so it's probably about an 8-beer project. Just because I'm already halfway through the first one, but anyways. But as you can see down there, she's been pissing all over the driveway. So yeah, my other concern is I'm hoping I didn't, by waiting so long, I'm hoping that it didn't saturate the pads for the e-brake, because on the TJ with disc brakes, the e-brake is actually like a drum setup, and it hits to the inside of the rotor, like the hat of the rotor. I hope it didn't saturate them and swell them. If it did, well, we gotta run up to the store and buy some new ones, but they're not too expensive. But anyways, back to the Torque Masters. So Torque Masters fully assembled was $500 shipped, so pretty reasonable. 4140 chromolys, slight upgrade. Everybody's telling me, hey, upgrade to the JK diff on the TJ, but I mean, I don't wheel that hard. Like, I'm not like rock bouncing or anything. But anyways, enough talking. We're gonna get to this because it is 1800, and I think sunset is like 8:30, so 2030, 2038, or 2037, something like that. So we're gonna try to get this done before the sun goes down, because I want to drive my Jeep and I haven't been able to. So I'm gonna get you guys set up. I got a couple tools. It should only be like freaking 4 tools to do this. So if you guys don't know, when you're doing axle shafts on a Dana 44, there's no retaining clips in the carrier, so you don't have to pull your pumpkin cover or anything like that and pull these clips out. They are strictly held in with that mounting plate. So taking the wheel off, taking the caliper all the way off, and then hopefully the spindle can slide out and back in between that e-brake assembly. And if that's the case, it should be very, very quick to get this done. We top off the diff fluid, and then down the road, we empty like 6 cans of brake clean at it, just for general purpose, because once you use 1 can, you got to use 6. But we're gonna drink some beer and we're gonna get after this, and I hope everybody's having an awesome Thursday. All right, I'll bring you guys back. All right, so for the case of time, and I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate, but guys got to do what a guy's got to do. Screw a jack stand. We're gonna trust the old rusty Daytona from the Hazard Freight and just hope it doesn't kill me today. If it kills me, hey, I died by a Jeep. I'll die smiling. Freaking 35s. Yeah, look at that. She pissed all over the place. I don't think that much leaked out. We should be good. I just smushed that. I sure did. I think I could fix it. This is why everybody needs Steelies for their Jeep. Just fixed it. It's called premium. All right, you guys are gonna get up close and personal with me on this one. Yeah, got a good old snap on ratchet. God, you gotta love the smell of freaking diff fluid. Like, gets in your nose and stays in your nose. Let's see. We don't need any type of hangers. Would you look at that? Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty fucking gross. I'm gonna have to edit that out. That's gross. Shit. Alright. I think those are a 15. I gotta put this some gun in freaking neutral, I reckon, and hope it doesn't roll. All right, so on here, let's see if I can get you guys, hang on. So on here, you've got a little hole here. I don't know if you guys can see it back in there, but there's 4 nuts that you got to get off, and then this whole assembly should just slide right out, like super freaking easy. So brought out another tool to help with this process. I'll get you guys over here so you can see part of the action. Not supposed to use a chrome socket with an impact, but if you spray paint it, it shouldn't matter, right? It's still black socket, right? Whole thing just released like it was under tension. Well, shoot. Damn it. If you put it at flex, it shouldn't leak, right? Oh, that's gonna stay in the driveway. All right. OEM axle tubes. Inside here, there's a little race. And those of you who aren't really mechanically inclined, just a forewarning, if you go to change a bearing and you think, hey, I'm not going to pull the race out and just send it with the original race, and I'll show you guys what it looks like here in a second. Don't do that, because bearings and the races, they kind of mesh together and become one. Should pop out. There we go. I need a rag. Chesty's over there. He wants to be part of the action, but he's not the smartest bulb or the brightest bulb in the box. I don't want him licking this stuff. All right, let me get some rags. I'll bring you guys back. Let me clean myself up, figure out my life. make sure you use tools correctly. You're not supposed to use an impact to pound a race in, or try to remove a race. But I really want to mar it up. I really want to go out and buy a tool. Pry bar. So that's a race. It's tapered on the inside, and on these bearings, you see how that bearing's tapered. These bearings kind of mate to this, so you never want to reuse the same race with a new bearing. You always want to make sure you do new bearing, new race. That's what the inside of the axle tube looks like. And this is what I was talking about. So these are the e-brake shoes. And I was really hoping that they weren't going to be swollen with differential fluid, and it doesn't look like they are. There's some on it, but I think we're going to be golden. I'm going to grab some brake clean, and I'm going to spray the snot out of this thing, and hopefully I don't forget where I am. And then we'll set the old one next to the new one, make sure my thought process is correct, that the shorter one goes on the left hand side, which is driver's side, and then we'll get everything thrown back together, and then we'll go to the other side, and then we should be done. Should be pretty quick. Yeah, half a can of brake clean done. So we got the new one right here, and I laid them kind of next to each other just to take a gander. In my original thought process, I wasn't freaking crazy, and the shorter one is the driver's side. So a thing to remember with these, we may need to spray that off. What do you think? Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Down here, there's like a little groove cut out. That's got to go down. Haha, there's my finger. Pray to whoever you pray to that I bought the right ones. Oh. Installed better than the dealership. Now, I will tell you, I have no clue what the torque specs on these things are. Like, not the slightest clue. I think it's like 3 ugga-duggas. This snap-on brushless, I think it's like 300 foot-pounds, 250 foot-pounds. Like, if you full center it, like gave it all the beans, I think you may break something. But I mean, 2-3 ugga-duggas, like, I think it'll be fine. Again, don't be afraid to try anything at home, because the dealership, mechanic shops love to charge out the wazoo for something that's actually pretty simple. So, and like, I want to talk a little bit about that. Taking your vehicle to a maintenance shop and having them do the work, right? And I won't lie, like, I was lazy when I first realized that I had this problem. I was like, I really don't want to know if I want to tackle this and fight with it and this, that, and the other. I think I talked about it, you know, cost effectiveness. So, original axle shafts, so keeping the original ones, right? And then having a shop pull them out, grind off the old bearings, grind off the old bearing retainers, take the seal off, take the plate off, put everything back on brand new, but old retaining plate, new seal, new bearing retainers. They want $725 for all of that, to reuse the original axle shaft too. And then East Coast Gear Supply, and they're up there in Raleigh. Raleigh. I want to say Lewisburg, but that's where these came from. But they're up in Raleigh, and for their chromoly axle shafts, 4140s, pre-assembled, $323. But you got to drive up there and go pick them up. Shipped, they charge like $70 in shipping. They do give a military discount though, which is cool. But so does Torque Masters. Torque Masters gives a military discount as well. I bought mine through Amazon, just because I like the Amazon kind of pride in their shipping, and they stand by their product, and the return or the product's messed up process is way more streamlined than dealing directly with a vendor, in my opinion. But you know, so 323 to 500, right? Now, if you were to go do this yourself, right, that's where you can actually save quite a bit of money. But there's one tool that you have to have. Well, actually, 3 tools that are an absolute must. And if you already have them, then you're golden. So a press. You need a press. And then the other one is you need a grinder or a Dremel tool with a cutoff wheel. And then you need a drill with really nice metal drill bits, like really sharp ones, right? And with the grinder, you cut the bearing. You cut the outside of the bearing, and all those little pieces fall out and go all over the place, and you never find them all. But then you drill a hole in the rest of the bearing, and then you can smack it with like a chisel or a punch. Generally it shatters it, but you don't want to go through, because the big scare is if you hit that axle shaft, you're kind of boned, right? Because then it won't seal, the bearing won't sit right, whatever it is, like you're boned, right? So you take your time with it, cut the bearing off, and then cut the bearing retainer off. Same concept on that. Then you press, you can get a seal, and Timekin 5505 is the part number, I think. I'm pretty sure it is, because I've stared at these things for weeks. With bearing retainers, and if you go on Amazon or you go on their website, they sell it as a kit. So like a seal, bearing, and bearing retainer. And I say kit, but kit, I mean, they kind of pair everything on the website, like, hey, similar people looking at this, you can look at this too. And it's the parts you need, right? You can get all that for like 120 bucks. And then a little bit of your time, and it's probably a couple hour process to get those off, and then you press the new ones on, and then you do exactly what I'm doing here, but you're using the original axle shafts. And this is a prime opportunity to upgrade to chromoly, and chromoly is a lot stronger, just saying. So that was my thought process on it. But anyways, mechanic shop, $700 something. $700 something. And these people I've done business with before and I've sent them a ton of business. And I thought they were going to cut me a deal. Hey, you know, $300, drop it off on, you know, Friday morning. We'll have it ready for Friday evening. Hey, cool. I'll pay that money, right? But then they came back $700 something. Lord have mercy. I about had a stroke. I looked at the guy, I said, man, come on, you gotta be messing with me. He's like, no, that's what the labor is. But anyways, prepare your ears. I guess we'll go until it sounds funny, right? I killed the damn battery on my freaking GoPro. Let's kill some grass now. I'm so excited to drive my Jeep. I drove it out there to the Trail Magic with my dad with this axle shaft leak. And I come home and that son of a gun is leaking. But I've actually got diff fluid inside the Jeep because I was anticipating, you know, having to add some diff fluid, and I really don't want to put a rear end in this thing. So I think we lucked out pretty well. And you know, kind of like how I have it jacked up where you know, this side's pointing up as far as I can, you know, with the Pittsburgh jack. There we go, Pittsburgh, not even Daytona. That's how I would park it, and it wouldn't leak. It would not leak. So I have that as a win in my book. And then once we got out to the trail, I was unable to do that, and yeah, it leaked. But cool. You guys go. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't driven this thing in a hot minute. It'll be all right. Like a glove. It's almost Friday. I can't wait. We just have one of those weeks where it's just like, I don't know, maybe I wish I didn't wake up on Monday. I feel like that's kind of been the week I've had. I know it's a little dark, but whatever. Can't laugh about it and drink a beer and think about it. Alright, that side's done. Oh, Commander-in-Chief's home. Oh, I'm glad I got these out of the kitchen before she came home. I had them on the kitchen counter. Alright, let's get the tire on and we'll start on the other side. Alright, got the inside of that tire cleaned up. It was a can and a half of brake clean. Dead soldier. Fresh recruit. Miller lattes. I love having 35-inch tires, but Jesus, I hate picking these things up, man. Would you look at that? You guys can't see nothing. New axle shafts and new wheel studs. Let's go. I want to drive my Jeep tomorrow for work and do the car wash down the road. I'm gonna take it to them and let them try to get the camping smell out of it. Oh yeah, watch your ears. Yahtzee. Hey, oh yeah, brother. No tools. There we go. All right, the tell is going to be if I wake up in the morning and it's leaking again, then I did something wrong. There's Puller Boy. That's centered enough. That was a massive spider that just crawled out from underneath this. That's lovely. Chesty, your tail's making a shadow. It's wagging. What's wrong? Oh, shit. This is what he does. Stands right there, stares at me and wags the tail. See the shadow? That's what I'm talking about. Everything else in here looks pretty good. Oh, that's not good. Hold up. Wait a minute. No, buddy. You don't need a caliper compressor either to do brakes. If you're smart with it, should make it happen. I had just replaced those too. Yeah, this was not leaking, but maybe a little bit. All right. So again, bring you guys down to that level. See them little guys in there? 4 of them. Yahtzee. Yeah, see? Comes out without the retainer. Let's grab a rag. I'm sorry, I called it a damn retainer. It's a race. Came out without the race. Oh yeah. That's crazy because when I pulled the other one out, like bearing race was already like that, you know, pulled out a little bit, and this one is all the way flush. I was using my fingers to kind of work my way around it and pull on a little bit. There we go. Yeah, come on. That's where it gets stuck at. And then you just take one of these guys and trying to be really careful not to mess up the face inside there. There she goes. Didn't put any damage on it. Look at that. No damage. Brake clean. The other thing I noticed too is Chromolys, they weigh a little bit more. Doesn't make sense though, right? More dense, more better. That way if I put a big engine in it or something and spin tires and bounce wheels and stuff, they won't break. Trying to get this tag off, damn toe tag. Go. All right. Dang, that's actually kind of cool. Like, I don't know, can you guys see all the way down there, or is there like a glare or anything? That's cool because you can see the carrier down there. You can see the oil like up against it and stuff. Like, I don't know, that's pretty cool. Never thought about it from this perspective. Nipple to the bottom. That's freaking healthy, Wes. line up the plate, and get the pry bar slid right in. Got the pry bar, push the plate on a little bit. Push it in. Made sure I overfilled it quite a bit, and that way if it leaked out, and it did, it would leak out to the correct level, if that makes sense. But I've got like half a quart of the AMSOIL stuff that I run in here, and I'm gonna throw that in there, and hopefully it's enough. If not, then I'm not driving my Jeep tomorrow. But because I run AMSOIL and everything on this, it's like AMSOIL rear diff, AMSOIL synchro mesh for the manual transmission, AMSOIL ATF for the transfer case, AMSOIL front diff, AMSOIL engine oil. Like, I swear by it, it's the best stuff ever. Let's see if I can get a hernia doing this. The key to lifting heavy things is to lift only with your back. Like, a big common misconception is lifting with your legs. No, you take the legs completely out of the equation, you never have a problem. Is that a tick or is that a spider? Come here. Hang on, I'm gonna bring you guys closer to this. Is that a dang tick? Tell me that don't look like a tick, but I think that some bitch is a spider. Hey, quit jumping around like that. Dang. Yeah. It looks like a tick. He did. Good enough. Can you do that with your freaking fancy XD and all them other wheels? Nope. But you can do it with Steely's. So I swear by them. Go! Everybody, that's how you do axle shafts in, it's like 30 minutes. 40 minutes maybe. I said 8 beers. We're only on beer 3. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it. See the difference? Driver's side, passenger side. I guess it just must be that little amount, but hey, we should be good. Next thing to do is I want to get RCV front axle shafts. Apparently the word on the street is they're indestructible. So I'll show you guys a little bit why I kind of want them. So on the front of a Jeep, there's your U-joints there on the front. That's the weak point. Always the weak point. And these are, I've changed these out, so they are upgraded Moog uh, ball joints. But the RCV axle shaft actually runs a CV axle partition. So the shaft itself from carrier out is actually a little bit shorter, and then it has this big orange ball that sits right here, and that's where it gets its joint from. And they are chromoly too. And the only difference between doing the front and the rear is the rear doesn't have outer seals, like, or the front doesn't have outer seals like the rear does. The seals are all in here, and they sit right here. And there is a special tool that you need to put them in, and it goes in and you tighten it, and it presses up against one side and then presses the seal in on the other side. And then they make these fancy things that go on the outside there, like where the where your axle shaft comes out, and it sits here and it actually slides inside the axle tube. And what it does is it allows you like a grease point, and helps keep water and muck and all the other crap out of there. Here's a puller boy. Hi, Bubba's. What, buddy? I know, Bubba. I know. He turned 4 this year. What? Why are you trying to fit through there? Don't do it. No. I give you loving. What? Go get your ball. Go give him the ball. Go get your ball and I'll throw it. Go get your ball. He wants to come out here. Oh, the other thing is I know when we were doing these lights, this bar was loose. Yeah, it still is. What do we got in here? I think they're like 12 millimeter, 13 millimeter, something. I think we got the tool already here. Shit, we'll see if they tighten up. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see that. Watch, I'm gonna try to tighten these. I'm gonna snap them. Oh yeah. That one made a crinking noise. Let's see if I can get you guys in here at a cool angle. Yeah, right there. That's what we're after. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one was loose. There's your problem, sir. No. I think I just made a noise that my granddad, I've heard him make before. Yeah. That's solid. That's military grade. It's gonna fall apart when I hit a speed bump. There's some kids in the neighborhood. Here they come. I don't think he knows how to shift gears. Drinking a beer and smell my finger. Smells like diff fluid. Oh, God. Ugh. All right, so we got to jack up the rear end again. I got to drag the body up off the axle so I can just check that fill port. And we should be good to go. That looks safe, right? That's OSHA approved. Then you open the door. See, I'm a fanboy. Gotta have my snap on, and there's Amsoil in a Walmart bag. There you go. Fill port, drain port. Fill port, gonna open. Yeah. That was torqued to specs. Hey, why are you making funny noises over there, Jack? That is no shit the first time I've heard this thing make noises. Here's the other reason why I like Amsoil. It comes in this bag, so you don't have to fight with the... Oh, shit. So you don't have to fight with you know, the bottles and crap. I need a knife to cut that thing. Knife. Remember, kids, always cut towards yourself. I mean, away from yourself. Nobody needs to lose an eye. You give her a little squeezy, squeezy. Well, I don't think I lost that much. It'll be fine. Normally you're supposed to, I fill it until it starts coming out, and then I rush and get it all over my fingers and try to put the fill port in before it stops coming out. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. I think that damn breather hose over there is hanging down too. That sure as crap is. A damn transmission breather hose. It's always something. Own a Jeep, they said. The one thing I want to do is, I think I'm going to do it tonight. You get online and you order all new breather hoses and click, click. And redo all of them. Because and what I'm talking about is it's right here. So that's the breather hose, and that goes all the way up and it goes into the fender well. And what I want to do is, you got a rear diff breather, you got a transfer case breather, you got a transmission breather, you got a front diff breather, and then you don't have an engine breather because obviously that's the PCV bull crap that's on there. But I want to route them all. And so like the rear, so this one, like I want to go inside the cab and go up my roll cage, like all the way to the top of the hard top on the roll cage, right? And then the transfer case and transmission, like going in next to the shifter, going forward, and then just going up behind the dash somewhere. And then the front diff that one comes up and it's about the top of the hood, but I've had the water over the hood, and luckily no water's gotten in that transfer or in that differential. But I want to go up from that, make sure it's got room for flex and movement and all other crap, but then go inside the cab and like up the front roll cage and just have it there. And I know I got thought about it, and you know, like let's just say something does get hot, right? And then it kind of burps out of that. Nobody wants to smell that inside the vehicle, but I think I'd rather smell that than get water in any of those items. And every time I do like water crossings, like a bunch of them, I generally, when I get home, I pull the fill plug and I'll stick like my finger in it, or I have this really tiny magnet and I'll put like paper towel around it and I'll put it in there, and if it comes out milky, then hey, I change it. And then sometimes like in the middle of the summer, because on a TJ you're supposed to change out, I think it's every 8,000 to 10,000 miles, you're supposed to do differential services on these. Like I'll just get a hair up my butt and say, hey, I'm gonna do it, and I'll change everything. And I haven't pulled it yet, knock on wood, and it's been milky. So I know everything that's in here is fresh, like it's good clean fluid. I really wish I didn't lose all that stuff there, but I know there's an AMSOIL rep nearby. I may pick some up tomorrow on my travels, and then just have it that way I can top it off when I get home tomorrow evening. But yeah, that's it. Again, axle shafts didn't take too long. I'm gonna clean up, and I think the beer ferry the beer ferry brought us another beer, so we gotta drink this one. Yeah, that's good sound. And let's go find Chesty. Chesty Bubbas. What are you doing, Bubby? There's a peachy girl. Where's your ball? Hey, go get your tennis ball. Where's your ball? Hey, what are you doing? Chesty. There he goes. He found it. Come on, buddy. Go get the ball. Chesty, give me the ball. Give me the ball, boy. Hey, give me the ball. Right. Wait. Oh, girl. Where's your brother? Let me have it. Drop. You're gonna swallow that tennis ball. Well, come here. Let me have it. Drop. Drop. Thank you. Chesty's a dick. In our dog world at the house, you know, you got Peaches, dumb shit, and Jackass. But she's alpha. She is 100% queen bee. She is in charge. And there's the other jackass. Hey, Sushi. Let's go find Sushi. Sushi. Dick. Where's the ball? Let me have it. Now, that's my finger. Drop. Drop. Good girl. See, I told you he's alpha. What? Correct him. I don't know why he does that to her. Like, you already have a tennis ball in your mouth. And I think we're going to have to buy him the bigger tennis balls, because He gets that ball way down there in his mouth, and I'm afraid this dumb shit's gonna freaking swallow it. Chesty, let me see it. He's a sweet boy, but God, he's a hamburger shy of a Happy Meal, let me tell you. He's a purebred good boy.